just a couple of real quick notes. Yeah, I'm not even starting the video, quote-unquote, properly. It's going to be like a 3-minute video if you're lucky. The one first note, I guess, is this is the only fowl that goes completely swimming. I dropped the whole plant down into the tank, mostly because it's about the only way I can think to get these little short roots water. They just don't really reach the water any other way. So it goes swimming. It went swimming for a couple hours. Not all of the roots took anything up. I got a relatively new one. That one right there doesn't seem to have taken up any water, even though the plant was swimming. The one curling back below it probably did the best. I think that has to do with a coating that the new root has, and as it gets bigger, that very, very thin coating excuse me, will break up, and then when that at least starts to crack, then the root will be able to absorb moisture. So that's why I think that roots don't absorb anything to start with, is they just got a thin coating that prevents it until they mature a little bit, and that breaks up. Kind of like how a lizard sloughs its skin. It doesn't crawl out of it like a snake. It breaks off in pieces and it sloughs off. So that's why I think that, very young roots won't absorb any moisture until that breaks up. Another one of my theories. But, yeah. This one goes swimming because it's just the only way I can think to do it. And when I lay it down, you can get probably a good 3 minutes because I thought of more things to say. When I lay it down, I lay it so that the new growth, maybe if I back up, points down. Kind of hard to see, but it's got a little tiny new leaf there, and that you might have heard people say that they'll lean one way or the other. I put it on the way that it's leaning down so that it, of course, can drain the water out of the crown and, not get crown rot, because it can drain out. And it seems to just need, there, I'll let it sit like that tonight. So it can drain out and it should be fine. The rest of the plants that are getting a drink, this one I didn't feel needed a drink. Color of the roots again. If it said, I'm thirsty, I want a drink, I would have given it a drink. But it said it can go at least another day. Talking phalaenopsis, I'm getting there. My phalaenopsis may be broken, but I guess you'd have to have a phalaenopsis explain how will I speak phalaenopsis. Speaking plant. In this case, it's phalaenopsis dialect. So that one went swimming for, a couple hours. It's been going swimming every day for however long. As long as it takes to get that one root that wants to do fairly well. And then I take it out when it seems to have absorbed what it will. So it went swimming for a couple hours probably. The 911 fowl, emergency fowl, it is getting a drink today. Didn't get one in the last video. It's getting one tonight. I'm going to go to bed while these others get their drink, because they're not submerged. The leaves are not submerged, so I'm okay with letting them go overnight to get a nice, good drink. Submerging the leaves, a couple hours maybe at the most. I don't want them to go too long. This one back here, that's the one with the really long stem. Looks, more like a vine. It's looking more and more like a vine. Up under there, you can kind of see, looks like it might be a spike coming out. Could be a root, could be a spike, not quite sure. But it's in the proper place, according to Miss Orchid Girl anyway. It's in the proper place for a spike. Which brings me to this one. Is that going to show? I don't want to move the plant around because it's getting a drink and it's been determined it's in a good position. But that bird beak is one of my viewers called it. I kind of like that because it did look like a little bird beak. It seems to be in the wrong place for a spike. Oh boy, I really hope I don't drop my phone. In the fact that it's technically only under one leaf. And depending on how you count, under 2 leaves, under 3 leaves, if you count both sides, if you count one side, it's under 2. Kind of on the wrong side. So, I don't know. Oh, that's a pretty good view of it right there. Just above that yellow flower spike. Yeah, it seems more likely to be a root, and I'm actually starting to think that it very well could be a keiki. The plant was certainly stressed, so maybe. I think I would be happiest if it was a keiki, so I'd get my 2 back. I really like that double spike that this plant had, except it wasn't really a double spike on one plant. This one had a spike. Oh, I think I lost my clear view. This one had a spike, and what I'm calling its sibling had a spike. So, yeah, it was technically each of them had their own spike. So if that's a keiki, that will make me the happiest. If it would stay in focus, it would make me pretty happy too. So, and it might be. I thought it might be a spike, but it doesn't seem to be in the right spot. And really, the plant doesn't seem to be mature enough for a spike. So, a little confused. Is it a keiki or is it a root? Theoretically, the most sense now is a root. But it just doesn't look like a root to me. So a keiki? Starting to look like it might be. Kind of like when I said, you know, I give this plant a ranking of 2. And probably gonna die. I'm gonna try, but there's a good chance it's gonna die. Well, my light just went out. Hang on. Let me get it back. And we're back. It's just a matter of unplugging it from the timer and plugging it directly into the outlet. And then when I actually go to bed, like I should have done an hour ago, but I was letting that other one soak, reversing the process. So, yeah, that just might be a keiki. Just maybe. Well, wouldn't that be neat? You can watch a keiki grow. Kind of go from one playlist to another. Actually, I think I will. I'll start this as a playlist. The possible keiki. That's what I think we'll call it. So, I guess I'll end properly. Talk to you next time.